All right, it says that this is live. So here we are, Ecom Tom here. I'm waiting for it to switch on my screen. If not, then I screwed up my whole entire YouTube channel, and I'm very sorry for you guys. But all right, it did kick live. All right, so I'm gonna mute myself. I am here with Nahar from Zik Analytics, CEO of Zik Analytics. If you do not know who he is, we got some people waiting, but I do want to give one little preface here. So I had no idea that there's anything called a branded YouTube account beforehand, and I actually just switched my YouTube account to a branded account today. And basically what that means is that now I can allow like user permissions onto my account and like allow my VAs to go in and, you know, upload thumbnails or do anything like that. The biggest issue with that and what happened is that basically when you switch from a personal over to a branded account, it wipes out all your comments that you've ever commented on your own videos, but it does keep your videos, your subscribers and everything. But right now there's kind of an error going on. I don't know what the hell it is. I can barely get onto my own YouTube account, but you know, I made it live and I'm here in Nahar and minimal difficulties, technical difficulties, but we do have some here. But all right, so I just want to get that out of the way. So if you guys think that I haven't been answering questions on my YouTube because I'm sure I look like an ass because there's no comments, nothing that's there or has ever been there in the past is left there. But you know, I do answer questions and that's it. So I'm here with Nahar today. He's the CEO of Zik Analytics. We've been talking back and forth for how long have we been talking? I feel like we've been talking for like probably 6-8 months together, you know, doing business and whatnot.
Yeah, I think we are working together already for over 6 months, maybe even 8 months, I think.
Yeah, it's probably been around 8 months. And so yeah, I mean, I've been using Zik Analytics probably since September of 2017. So, I mean, that's a while. I remember the first time I bought a year subscription, the first time I ever actually, you know, used it. I don't know why I did that because, you know, a lot of softwares nowadays I'll buy for like a month and then I'll stop using or whatever like that. But, you know, I took a leap of faith. I bought the year right off the bat. I remember it was like 1 full year later, my VA was using it and he was like, Tom, I can't get into the account. I can't get into the account. I'm like, I don't know why, dude. Why? And he's like, oh, and then I realized I was like, oh, I've actually had it for over a year now. And then I had to renew my subscription. It's pretty funny. But so yeah, if you want to introduce yourself, Nahar, talk a little bit about who you are, how you started Zik Analytics and whatnot, you know, just let the people know and we can get into some Q&A and whatnot from there.
Sure. So first of all, thank you, Tom, for having me here. And thank you guys for coming here in this time for where you come around the world and attending this live. My name is Nahar Geva. I'm 28 years old. I'm married. I have a baby, 1 year and 1 month. He actually just started walking like a week ago. And yeah, I was starting my dropshipping journey somewhere in the beginning of 2016. I think it was around January 2016, the end of 2015. I started to actually do it because I moved to Germany. In Germany, I wasn't able to work because I don't speak the language. I will make this long story short. And then I was just looking for ways to make money. I came across some YouTube videos about dropshipping saying Amazon to eBay dropshipping is a scam, but somehow I got recommendation from a friend and I started doing it. When I started, no one talked about how to find products. Actually, it was very like straightforward. Go to Amazon bestsellers, copy, paste to your eBay store, and hope for sales. Didn't work out for many people, but some people that invest time and that dig in, they found the formula to actually find which product gonna sell when you listen to your store. And I come up also with a way to find out what is the demand and competition, basically a basic matrix for any trading that you will ever do. Doesn't matter if it's drop shipping or wholesale or whatever. And 8 months later, it was in the end of 2016, I came up with the idea of creating Zik Analytics after I started teach people. I first of all started teach people my method manually, and then I came up with this idea. I found very good, really by coincidence, a very good developers, and we just create Zik together. And together we are 2.5 years later with over 4,500 eBay sellers using Zik, with the great people like Tom that recommending and using Zik for themselves and for the students, and we continue doing our best to deliver more value, mainly in the situations like we have now after all those eBay changes and everything. So yeah, basically this is everything.
That's awesome, man. So you moved to Germany, and that's when you started drop shipping there. You couldn't speak
Yeah,
German?
yeah, man, it's such a hard language
I went
there.
to Germany. I couldn't speak a single thing. I just played the American card. It works pretty well. But
Nice.
that's awesome, man. It's been out for 2.5 years. So I mean, it hasn't. I mean, there's been a lot of changes and stuff since I've started, but the whole basis of Zik Analytics, I mean, since I've started using it has been basically the same thing. It's just been
Yeah, yeah.
add-ons and add-ons and add-ons and things like that, which, I mean, it always makes it better, always makes it more helpful to use, more streamlined and everything. And I mean, my VAs use it every single day. And I can't like explain enough to people when I try to explain to them, like, how do you find good products? How do you find good products? Or like, how do you find good products without paying for a software? I'm like, you could go out there and do everything that Zik does by yourself if you want to. You could, if you really wanted to. It's going to take a ton of time. It's going to be completely awful. And if you're going to cheap out on the, what is it, $25 a month for the software, if you're going to cheap out on the cost of the software, then you're going to cheap out on getting VAs and stuff like that. Because, I would, if I was to have anything happen manually, I mean, VAs would be behind all of this. There's no way I'm doing this by myself. And it's just like, for the price of what Zik costs, you completely get your money back and then some. I mean, every business that I've run so far on eBay has been based off of Zik. And I mean, it's the backbone. It's found me all of my items up until I was doing almost 100,000 in sales a month within 5 months in to my first eBay store. And that was all based off of Zik Analytics. So, I mean, I can't thank you enough for creating this software. And I mean, I love everything about it. So if you guys that are watching, I have no idea how many people are watching right now. I don't know what's up with my YouTube channel. And I'm completely logged into 2 different YouTube channels at the moment right now. And I'm just trying to just make it through this and then figure out my YouTube channels later. So if any of you guys have questions related to Zik, let us know. And I'm going to get into, just talking about kind of how eBay is nowadays. And me and Nahar are going to talk about that, how it is, what's happened in the past 3 weeks. I mean, I put out a video on my manual store that I've been running for, I think, about 35 days now, 36 days now, and that hasn't gotten flagged. Like everybody else's accounts are getting flagged. They're definitely getting flagged. And I mean, so if you want to, do you want to touch upon a little bit about what you think is going on, or, how Zik plans to get around it?
Yeah, of course. So I want to reduce the panic because there was the same panic around April last year
Yeah.
when the first changes come. But look, first of all, the basic understanding, it's come from business perspective. You're starting here a business when you invest zero money, basically. So it's all about the time you invest, and it's very dynamic. So once you get the knowledge on how to set up eBay accounts, how to work with different suppliers, different softwares, all you need to do is just keep and create more activity. If it's more eBay accounts or you work with more suppliers, and just keep on moving all the time. This is anyway what is happening in the internet business overall, all niches, not only eBay. Regarding to the changes that eBay did, so yes, eBay flagging accounts, it started already in April last year,
Oh yeah.
and everyone wasn't sure is an algorithm change or not. What eBay did, they actually upgrade their algorithm to find those sellers who put eBay in a higher risk. They don't care if you're drop shipping or not. They just have their matrix to decide if you're a high risk seller based on your shipping location, based on the way you work, the product you list, if you list through API or not, and stuff like this. And right now we can decide which business model we can use. Dropshipping from Amazon to eBay still work. It's just harder. You need to list more items. You are in a higher risk to get flagged. Or you can go to a different way, like Tom did and like you did, and basically work with variety of supplier, work manually, go maybe to wholesale drop shipping later, or work with supplier that they are less known, where the competition is lower. So you don't need thousands of products in your store. You can make money already with your first 1,000 items. Yeah, so I think this is what people need to understand.
Yeah, that's 100% true. I mean, Amazon onto eBay, I mean, you could say it still works, and it still works, yes, but I think eventually everything's going to get, you're going to get flagged. It's going to hit like a baseline point. You're not going to get much higher than that. I'm sure there's going to be a way around it that'll come out eventually at some point in time where somebody finds this trick or whatever. But, at that point in time for me personally, I was just like, I'm all set with this. Like I've spent 13 months, 14 months at that point in time trying to, find new ways around it, new things around it. And eventually I was just like, I'm all set. Like it was great. Like I was getting 1 month, I think in September, I got $6,800 cash back from my Amazon cashback credit card just from the cash back. And like, you can't complain about that. You really can't. So, I mean, it was great while it was there. And yes, you can still make sales doing it and you can still do everything that way, but it's like, it's not very sustainable in the future, I believe. And I think that, moving into other types of retail arbitrage where it's, less known, a lot more manual, or just getting into wholesale dropshipping is the way that's going to go, or some sort of China based supplier onto eBay, which is what I'm working on with another lady named Tammy. But like that's why I like to come on here and show people what I'm doing and show I started a manual store, and like you said, once you learn the ropes, learn how to make new accounts, learn how to do all this research, product research, all sorts of things like that, it's pretty much just like riding a bike. You pick it back up and you hop on a new account. Like I knew that my 3 accounts were flagged, and then so I literally watched all my 3 accounts, done, promoted listings done. So I was like, all right, these accounts, one of them was pushing maybe around 1,000 a day, but it was like, there's a ton of items on that account and there was just a lot of issues with it. And I was like, all right, I'm going to start brand new from scratch. And I mean, I know how to start a brand new account. And it literally, I was allowed 10 items and $1,000 was my limit. And within a phone call one day, I got up to 1,000 items, $50,000 limit. And another phone call, I got up to 1,500 items and $150,000 limit. Those 2 phone calls. And I got up to that high of a limit. And I'm just listing items up there. I have almost 600 on the store now. The other day, I hit 1,800. 2 days ago, I hit 1,800 in sales on this new account. Profit margins are higher. Everything's higher. A lot less like the items are higher priced too. So to get 1,800 in sales, it might only be like, 18 items sold, 20 items sold, as opposed to if I was doing that much with smaller priced items, it's a ton more orders and it's a lot more to keep track of, a lot more customer service that could get lost in the ether. So, I mean, that's kind of where I'm at with that as well. So, I mean, but with your software, you can do anything. You can do anything with Zik Analytics. I've been using it to research all these weird, obscure ass suppliers that I've been finding on SKUGrid. I've been finding, you're not going to find a ton of people out there that are using these suppliers like Amazon onto eBay. And you guys have the competition thing for Amazon items. And you can literally tell that there's like 270 people on an item or 240 people on this item and stuff like that. That's unreal. That's a ton of items or a ton of people. So if you're using promoted listings or if anything like that, and you notice your promoted listings fall and you're flagged and then you fall to the bottom of the search rank, if there's 240 people on that item, you're pushed to like page 7, you're done. But with some of these items, I'm sourcing like 5, 10 people max. If you get pushed to the bottom, you're still on the first page. So that's where I'm kind of seeing the bigger, the bigger advantage to this is that even if you are flagged, which I haven't gotten flagged yet, then, what happens? I mean, I'm not hoping to get flagged, but if I do, I would like to see what happens. And just because, I mean, I think that I'll still be good.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And everyone, I mean, and this is something I think every person need to realize. When you see a group of sheep going somewhere, you should go the other way. It's always like this. It's always like this. And right now it's 6 years of doing this business model. It worked amazing for many years. Now things are happening. There are changes. Not telling you close your business if it's make money, but keep on moving, like you say, keep on moving, discover new suppliers, list new method, working new methods. You have, I think that people don't understand it from business perspective. The ability of actually see all the numbers you can see, demand, competition, how many people selling the same item, what is the number of sales last 30 days or more. It's something you will never have in any other kind of business. Even when you do on Google, even when you try to rank on Google something, you don't really know how many conversion the other people get from the website. On eBay, you can actually know how many sales each product actually get, and this is powerful information that you can use all the time, very fast.
Amazon, you can't even really tell. I mean,
Yeah.
I know on Amazon they have like, this is how much it should sell based off the bestseller ranking and stuff, but it's not 100% that they're selling this many. It's just an estimate.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, you are right with that. That is pretty awesome. So, I mean, it's been working for me. Figure out what sells, sell it. A little bit on my new store. I have been doing like just finding items on the websites, on the supplier sources that I'm using, and just like, all right, this one is kind of like another one that's selling, but I can't find it on eBay. So I've been listing that as well. And I know that in your trainings and stuff, on your tutorials on Zik Analytics, you do teach that, at least from what I watched back in the day. I haven't really caught up or watched much of the teaching on your website recently, but I mean, that's kind of where I'm at the moment. So I'm gonna look at some of the questions right here. Yeah, like, so I'm looking at my YouTube on the other page, and I'm afraid to refresh anything because I'm afraid I'm gonna get kicked out. It just says 2 waiting. I have no idea how many people are watching, no idea how many likes are on this video. So if you like this video, and if you like my new mustache that I just shaved for this video, give us a thumbs up. It's a Valentine's Day mustache. But I'm gonna answer some questions here. We got Anthony here. How's it going, Anthony? And Brian. You know, they've been with me since, I mean, Brian's been with me since day one. I've been coaching Brian since, I mean, I started coaching him a while ago, and now we just basically talk all the time. He's got my phone number. He might be one of the only ones that actually has my phone number. So I'm Jason. Can Zik work together with DSM tool without getting detected? Do you want to answer that?
Yeah, so basically, I mean, this is if you plan to work manually to stay completely under the radar, you shouldn't connect any software to your API. But if you anyway work with the DSM, so you can just send the product. There is integration. You send the product directly from Zik to DSM, and you don't even need to do any connection. You're just going to the folders or to the folders where you collect the list of products, and you just click on integration and you send via URL to DSM.
Yeah. I mean, back when I was using SaleFreaks and stuff, I actually did really like that. I mean, that was a great tool. Just connecting it, and sending it over. So somebody else said, "Good afternoon, Tom. How's it going, Lake Girl? Hey, Nahar and Tom, what's up? How's it going, Mohammed? Can I use Zik? Can I use Zik instead of DSM tool? What about sourcing from India? Was at a trade show and found a few manufacturers from there. Do you know anything about sourcing products from India? I haven't really looked into any of that. I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, I never did it, but again, if the suppliers are reliable and they have a good reviews, doesn't matter where they come in the world.
Yeah,
If
that's
they have a
very
good
true.
products, good price, and good shipping policy, that's it.
I really do want to talk about one thing. I mean, I don't even know what it's called, but a lot of my students have been talking about it, where it's eBay did this new thing where you can like list all of your eBay items onto like other eBays now. Like if you have eBay US, and you can like just click a button and it puts it on eBay UK, Germany, all these other ones. And from what I've been told, you need to like actually fulfill those yourself. Like GSP, Global Shipping Program, won't work for those orders if you do list them. So I have no idea why that's even like an option, or why they're doing that. But I just wanted to put it out there that from what I've heard, you can't even use Global Shipping Program for that. So you need to make sure that your source can deliver to those different countries and stuff. And the one thing that I would say, that if you are sourcing from China and other places like that, then they will be able to ship to those countries. But if you're using like Walmart onto eBay, and then you're trying to ship it to like Poland or something, I don't think it's going to work very well unless you have some other shipping type thing. And I've heard of people mention like Hip Shipper or something like that, which is another thing, kind of like Global Shipping Program, but like third party. I don't really know. I just wanted to put it out there that it sounds great on paper, but if you read down into it, I don't think it's as great as other people think it is. And I just want to save people from screwing themselves on that too.
Yeah, I think if you find a solution if you ship from China, if you find a solution for the shipping, it can actually drive you more traffic, like from all over the world.
Oh, that's a given, yeah. But I think a lot of people, not knowing what's going on, will see this email and then think it's like the next golden ticket, and then sign up, put all their listings on like eBay India, and then realize that they can't ship any of their items there, and then get screwed over. I think that would happen more often than not. I just wanted to put that out there. So one branch out said, do we really know if eBay is really flagging retail dropshipper store, or is it just a theory or a rumor? I mean, you could say it's a theory, but it does seem to be pretty obvious. We don't know. I wouldn't say anybody knows what all of the credentials are, or what the metrics are, or what the reasons are why behind all of it. They're saying it's the item location of where you say your item is compared to where it ships out of. I haven't done anything with that. I still have multiple locations on my manual store, and I ship my items from all over the place. I think I'm using at the moment, trying like 7 different suppliers, and they all ship from multiple locations, multiple warehouses everywhere. So I don't think that that's the number one thing. I think maybe if anything, they don't like Amazon onto eBay. That's a given. And I think that maybe if anything, they can tell where all the Amazon warehouses are, and then tell by the zip codes if they're coming from Amazon warehouse locations. And then I think it's also just a percentage thing, like how much percentage of these items are hitting whatever credential it is that they want to flag you with, and then eventually just an algorithm comes in and kicks in and you're screwed. I don't know. You want to give your opinion on that?
Yeah, basically, look, algorithm is basically a brain, you can say, that say if this make this, if that make that. Okay, so they not considering only one metric, they're considering many metrics, include your return rate, cancellation, shipping location, the listings, the way they look, many different things. How many, if you list bunch of items, how many items you list, how is the activity of the account, looks like a robotic activity or it's more look like a human activity. So it's not one thing, but it's definitely happened. It's 100% happened. It's not a rumor at all. It's out there. People get their account flagged, you can call it, or throttled, the way you want to call it, doesn't matter. Your ranking is down, and they also say it officially.
Yeah.
They decreased impression.
So Jason, my business partner, he has some of his old eBay stores that have been flagged still, like, he's still trying to use them. He started a brand new account, and I think it has like 100 items on it, and he has promoted listings on those items, and he got like something like 30,000 impressions a day, like a large amount of impressions, like what you would expect. And he listed 350 items onto what he thought was flagged store, the other day just to check. And he literally got, out of 350 items, and I think it's been almost 48 hours, he has 2 impressions. Literally 2.
So
I was like, shit. Like, it's like you might as well just get 0 impressions at that point.
Yeah, this is why when you work with your flagged account, you need either you're gonna have thousands of products or nothing, or just close it. So
yeah,
one of the two.
That's where I'm at. I mean, so I know right down here. Brian asked, did you kill your flag store and turn it into a manual or wholesale store? If so, how's it going? I mean, all my flag stores I haven't been using. I mean, I'm trying to eventually look for a way to like sell them or something. I don't know if you could get some money for it. I feel like someone would buy it, but I mean, I don't want to be an asshole and just sell a shitty account to somebody. But I mean, I haven't used those stores. I shut them down. I stopped selling on them. I opened up a brand new store. Brand new store came with brand new store limits. I connected it to the same PayPal because everybody always asks that, like, what PayPal do you connect it to? I only have one PayPal, personal PayPal or business, but for myself, I only have one. I think I have like 8 or 9 eBay accounts connected to it. I don't think it really matters how many there are. And, I keep connecting them. I made this new store. And Jason, again, he's been calling eBay, asking questions all the time. And they were kind of just like, every store is created or treated equally until you prove that you're doing something against eBay's terms, and then they'll flag you, and then you're screwed on that store. So, I mean, I have heard of some people opening up new stores like every month. I highly do not suggest it. I think that it's a very unsustainable method, but I mean, you can do what you want. My store's completely brand new. It sucks at first. Obviously, your items don't have a lot of traction. People haven't been looking at your items. You have no idea if they're going to sell. And then, like 2 days later, you make your first sale. And then all of a sudden, now I'm a month into it. I hit 1,800 in one day. So, I mean, if you don't want to stick it out for the long run, then it's kind of how some people are. But I mean, I like to stick it out, and I like to, tinker and learn new things. And I'm not in a do or die situation, which I feel like some people that get into this feel like they are. And then I think that just also leads to making bad mistakes and, not running your business as properly as possible.
Let's see, we have some questions here.
Yeah, we
So
do.
there is a luxury card store. What suppliers does Zik support beside Amazon? It's a great question. And Tom, I think because it's a great example now also from you here. This is a question that many people ask, and they're kind of limited to this item finder. Zik Analytics gives you all the data you need to know about what to sell on eBay. You can source your products from everywhere you want. It doesn't matter. And Tom here is a great example. He worked now on his new store with how many suppliers he worked with?
I think I'm doing like 7 different suppliers, and none of them are Amazon, Walmart, or Home Depot. And like you were saying, I really do think a lot of people look at this, they look online, they watch some videos, and they go, all right, the only way you can do like eBay drop shipping is Amazon, Walmart, or Home Depot onto eBay. And then that's it. And if you want, you can fully answer the question if you want.
Yes, so basically Zig fits for any type of, doesn't matter where you bring your products. Zig gives you the information what will sell on eBay. All you need to do is to go to any suppliers you want and find the right product to fit to the right place. Or if it's a dog gate, so you just look for another dog gate that fits to the right place, and you just place it with the right price and the right title, and you're gonna sell. That's all. If there is enough demand and not too much competition.
Yeah, you do always talk about that, and that's something I've really never really experimented with, like trying to find items that are like other items out there but from different suppliers, and then try to fit that price range and stuff. I've never really worked with that type of method, but I mean, I've always used Zik for, and I mean, you can use it a bajillion different ways. It gives you, like you said, everything that you need on the internet for eBay. I mean, it gives you everything. You can find any source, any supplier. So what I do is, like, I always used to teach Walmart onto eBay, and I used to teach it by finding Mainstays, which is Walmart's private label brand. So if anybody's selling Mainstays on eBay, they either bought it from Walmart and they're like fucking selling a used like Mainstays article of something like clothing or something. I have no idea. Or they're drop shipping it onto eBay from Walmart. I mean, there's only 2 options here. Like, eBay's not selling Walmart's Mainstays items. It just doesn't happen that way. So what I do is you find the private label brand that all of these retailers have. And like, each retailer usually has a private label brand. It's like, they don't throw it out there in your face. They're not going to be like, hey, Mainstays, check that shit out. This is it right here. But they do, like, you will notice over time, or if you go into the brand section of the website, like, that they have a private label brand. From there, and you find them on eBay, those people are drop shipping it if they're stock photos. And then from there, you just use Zik, competitor research, tear apart their store, steal all of their good items, list them on your own, undercut them, do whatever you want. But that's what I do, and that's what I've always done. And when you find new suppliers, you just need to figure out what their private label brand is and then go from there. I mean, it's pretty easy. Or just find items that they're selling on their website on eBay and then go from there. But I mean, that's what I do, and that's how I found all these other ones. Like, I mean, Home Depot, we can talk about Home Depot. I don't want to give out like any of the new suppliers I've really been using, but Home Depot, a lot of people use Home Depot. What's their private label brand? You can literally Google Home Depot, and I looked at their Wikipedia, and it tells you what their private label brand is. And it's Ryobi, and then there's Husky is one of them. So you go look those up. Those are tool brands, only sold at Home Depot. But oh wait, they're on eBay too. What a surprise! And then you just find people that are selling their items, and then that's how I go about it.
Amazing, interesting to see how everyone take the data from Zeke to different directions and make money in a different ways, but in the end, making money.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole goal of it.
Yeah.
We got any? Let's see. We got some good questions here. We got a decent amount of questions. Do you really know if he was flagging? Hey, what would you recommend using Zik to snipe for? So somebody, Ecom Rush, this was like a little bit ago, said, hey, what's up? Would you recommend using Zik to snipe for a starter manual store? Absolutely. That's all I've done. That's all I teach my VAs to do. That's all I've literally, that's since I've started in September of 2017. That's all I've used. So I highly suggest it. I don't think you should cop out on the $25 a month payment or whatever it is. I really don't think that's advantageous to anybody's business, copping out on expenses like that. And I think that it's 100% going to work for you and work in your way, shape, in your favor. One way to tell if your account is flagged is if your sales company die all in a few days. Yeah, that makes sense. How do you deal with repricing on a manual store? I guess I'll talk about it a bit. You can either do it manually or find suppliers where they're not going to change their price, or SKUGrid actually has a way to reprice your items through their file exchange method, which is non-API related. It doesn't connect to eBay at all. Just it's kind of weird. I'm not going to lie, the way it works, and it works, and your items get repriced, things stay in and out of stock, and if you make sales, they put it back up to the default quantity. So that's it. I mean, I'm not going to go too in depth on it. That's a whole nother video / course on its own. You got any questions here, Nahar, you want to answer?
Yes, let's see. So let's see. I see someone. Is Humano store wholesale e-com ask?
Is my new? Oh, is it wholesale? No, there's nothing wholesale on this account yet. I might add some wholesale stuff onto it, but I'm not sure.
All right. I want to say something because I see the people here asking different things. And you also say that when you started, first things you did, you went and you took a 1 year subscription for Zik.
On Zik?
And yeah, and it's not about Zik or another software, doesn't matter, but it's the attitude. Okay? Yeah. It's the attitude that you decide you do something, you have no doubts, you know that you're going to give everything you have, so you're not afraid to commit to something. You're not afraid to put all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah.
And this is what makes the difference, from my opinion, between people that actually become successful in anything they do in life to people that not. I remember when I started with real estate, before I was working with real estate, and it was after I went through many, actually not many, but 2 very bad business experiences. I lost a lot of money. And then I came to the real estate and I was fully into it, and I went to buy invoices so I can give people invoices for the deals. And my boss at the time told me, go and buy pack of, you can buy either 10, 100 or 200. He told me, go buy the 200 one. And I didn't understand it at the time, but I went and I bought the 200 one. But I realized you will just get better results. It's kind of a nature rule, It's like when you put everything you have in what you do, the chances that you will succeed in it, it's much higher than just try a little bit and just back up after it's a little hard.
That's very true. I mean, I saw some quote the other day. It's like, the only way you fail is if you give up trying. And that's how it is. I mean, you can fail multiple times, but if you keep trying, then, eventually you should be able to get it to work. I mean, when I first started eBay dropshipping, I was just like anybody else. Like, I remember I listed 5 items. No, I listed 1 item with a quantity of 5 on SKUGrid. I didn't connect SKUGrid fully. I forgot I had them there. I left it for like maybe 3 weeks. They went out of stock on whatever supplier I was using. I sold all 5 of them on eBay. I couldn't figure out how to go find these items anywhere else. I wasn't very resourceful. I didn't know what I was doing. I canceled them all as being out of stock, which you're not supposed to do. And my account went below standard. I got fucked right away, like right before I was actually about to start. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, how do I do? What the hell happened? So I had to call eBay. I played the innocent card. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm so sorry. I'll never do this again. And she took all 5 away. And then I started off from scratch. But if I saw that, I wanted to give up, I'd be like, oh, below standard. A lot of people don't even realize if you go below standard, you get hit with 4% extra final value fees, which in drop shipping or like with this low margin game, that's pretty detrimental, I would say. And that if I gave up then, I would have never been here. And there's so many times with, when I've been doing this manual store, nobody's really teaching me this stuff. I'm kind of teaching myself it through just grit and hard work, learning, trial and error, and figuring things out. And, if I didn't push through it, then I wouldn't be where I am right now. Do you think the month of January was very fun for me? Like, I spent 10, 12 hours in front of a computer trying to get this to work every day until I finally got it to work. And now in February, I'm reaping the benefits. Same thing with Amazon drop shipping. I had no idea what the hell to do on Amazon. And now I'm selling almost, 60,000 in 30 days. So, I mean, you got to put the work in. You got to take your lashings. and be serious about it. You can't just dabble. There's no dabbling. You need to commit.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I
So,
agree with you.
I mean, I really did like that point. That's a great point. I also did go all in on real estate last year on a property. I knew that it was the one that I had to buy, so I bought it and then figured everything else out afterwards. So I lost my place on these questions. How do you deal with repricing manual store? You just kill your flagged account. You need a source that doesn't change prices too often. What suppliers does Zik support besides is your manual store wholesale? Another way you can get Tom. Did you start selling with zero feedback, or did you build your feedback first by buying? I would never do that. That's a waste of time. That literally takes time away from you trying to build your business. People are going to buy from you no matter what your feedback is. I've realized that time and time again. I started when what month was that last year? April, when all the shit hit the fan and everybody's accounts were going down. That was April, right?
Yeah.
I made a new account in April, like 5 days after that happened. And I was like, well, if one account sucks ass, then if two accounts suck ass together, then maybe they'll equal one decent account. That was just my idea behind it. And I listed 900 items on that new account with zero feedback at all. And I literally sold 63,000 in 30 days, the first 30 days of that account being open. Zero feedback, brand new account, nothing. And I mean, people buy. First off, you got to think about it, not to sound like an ass here, but these people are buying things on eBay to begin with. Like, if you're not buying things on Amazon to begin with in this day and age, you're kind of screwing up. You're already lost in the world of where to buy your items. So I don't think they really care too much about what the feedback is, because they're already lost on the internet. They're on the complete wrong website to buy their items on in the first place.
Yeah.
And that's just the way I look at it.
Yeah, you're right, because there are so many people and there are so many different people. Some have more experience, some have less experience. In the end, you need certain amount of people to buy from you, and you have enough people in the world and enough people in the US to do it. So just have to pick the right product. Yeah.
There's bound to be some that shop on eBay. So let's get a few more questions. Let's go for another, I usually like to go an hour here on my live, so we'll answer some questions. If you guys get some more questions, we'll be going for another 20 minutes answering Zik manual store related things. I mean, if you guys, I don't know what you guys want to see out of my manual store. I plan on, for anybody that has the course and you haven't heard this currently, I do plan on redoing the whole entire course by like mid-March. So if you have the course already and you're in there, then you're going to get updated right away, upgraded to the new course right when it comes out. And then if not, the new course is going to come out. It's going to be a lot higher of a price, I could imagine, but I'm not sure about anything at the moment. So, I mean, I can't put out all this stuff on manual stores on YouTube. I mean, but I can put out some things on it. How many people did you first? More going. So somebody said, is the future of eBay more going towards wholesale and less retail arbitrage? What would you say about that?
Yeah, it seems to be that, and it's not only the future of eBay, on the future of the internet. If you look on the system that every platform like eBay, Amazon, Google, or any other search engine in the internet works, everything is built on trust. Okay, as we go to the future, trust will be much stronger player. So if you do a retail drop shipping, you're in the lower level of trust. Doesn't matter what you try to do, you have to accept it. You can make a lot of money out of it, but you have to accept it. So with the future, we just have to go more to this direction of wholesale and even create your own brand and all, or work with supplier where is the competition is very low. But you have to understand it's very dynamic. Don't stick to just what I say here and then just, we're right now in the middle of 2000, in the beginning of 2019, and things are still working, and it will work for longer.
No, yeah, I completely agree with that. It's, retail arbitrage, if you think about it in theory, what it is it's not, you don't add value at all to the person, to whoever's on that side. You're not adding value. You're just taking advantage of price discrepancies across the board. So, I mean, that's kind of where I'm at with that. And, wholesale is going to be something that's going to be great in the future, but it is, You don't 100% jump on it and think that that's what you have to do right away. But
Yeah.
also going to be, there's time to switch to it.
Also, I think arbitrage is one of the oldest way of trading. If you look back to the history, it's like if you look in the history, it was existing hundreds of years in all kind of different of business models. Always there were arbitrage everywhere, and it will continue forever.
Yeah, I think it's funny too because all my buddies kind of shit on me or laugh at me for this. It's like I used to play RuneScape back in the day, which is a great game. Whoever played RuneScape, like, you know. But I used to always just take items from RuneScape or like sell whatever I wanted, just buy them from some guy for lower and then go and sell them like at a different part of the world in a different city for higher prices and just make money on it. So my buddy's like, you're literally doing what you used to do on RuneScape in real life now. And I was like, yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing.
No.
So where are we? Thank you, DS Tom UK. Thank you for the one. Is that a pound? Is that what that is? Is that the £1 super
Yeah,
like?
it's a £1.
I appreciate it. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. How to change the currency here? I'm not sure how it works, but thank you very much. So let's go scroll through some stuff. I think I lost a bunch of questions here. My whole entire screen freezed over here. How do you keep track of your prices? Like I said, that's with SKU Doesn't matter if your accounts are linked. So does it matter if your accounts are linked when opening new accounts? So I said that earlier in this live, and it's basically when you create a new account, it's going to be new in the eyes of eBay at that point in time. So, you haven't screwed up on that account yet from what I've realized so far, and they treat that account as if it's brand new until you screw up, until proven otherwise, where I feel like eBay is actually very generous in that aspect, where I feel like if you were on Amazon and you did something like that, they'd probably just, not even allow you to make a new account or just, completely shun you altogether. But, eBay seems to be, everybody complains about eBay. And the more I've been dealing with things online over the past, months, years, like I had an issue with YouTube today. I still have an issue going on with YouTube today. I'm not even sure how we're on this live right now. Do you think I could get in any form of touch with YouTube? Do you think they have a customer service that you can call up and like bitch at? No, they don't. Like you don't even get the like the good feeling inside of being able to complain to somebody. You have to go email them. I had a problem with Instagram the other day. Can't do anything with that. Like you can't call Instagram. It doesn't work that way. Like eBay, you can actually call up, bitch them out, get things figured out. But they are, customer service wise, they're better than a lot of people say they are. And they treat you equally until you prove to them that you're gonna abuse their system every single time. But I mean that's kind of what I've done. That's what I've realized. Just letting you know I was here. Are you using SKU to monitor all the different suppliers that you're using? Yeah, I mean, what else would SKU be doing? SKU has like 700 suppliers on it, so I use that. But I mean, like I said, you're gonna find any of these suppliers through Zik Analytics. Like we got Nahar from Zik Analytics here. I feel like a majority of the questions have been about wholesale drop shipping, manual stores, and SKU grid, but it is what it is. So let's get into, before we close up here, let's get into, what do you think the future of Zik Analytics? I saw that you put out a poll that was in your group, right? You put it out in your Facebook group yesterday. There's a ton of response to that poll. What was the number one question or answer out of that poll that you saw?
So the poll was, which new business model or which new method would you like to learn?
Yeah.
It was the wholesale drop shipping, how to drive traffic from social media to your eBay listings, reselling physical products, or I don't remember the last one. The number one was wholesale drop shipping. Second one was how to drive traffic to your eBay listings. And basically we're going to be focusing on it, but let's speak from feature perspective. So we're going to be releasing new marketplace to Zik. You will be able basically to make full market research like you do on eBay, also on AliExpress.
Okay.
You will be able to see to the level of number of sales in the last 7 to 90 days. You'll be able to see which countries purchasing the products and competitor research, product research, everything basically.
Okay.
We also released 1 month ago Zik Funnel. It's a completely new software, basically builds sales funnel for your eBay listings. And there is a full Facebook ads course inside the platform. It's also inside Zik Analytics, by the way. All you need to do is just go to the academy there, just watch how to learn how to do Facebook ads. It's created landing pages that you can collect emails and drive traffic to your eBay listings. And I think this is one of the most important skills in general to learn in 2019, how to drive traffic. Because when we rely only on one platform, it's great till they change something. But when we know how to drive traffic, we can drive sales. When we can drive sales, there is one thing every algorithm on Facebook, on eBay, or on Amazon love, and it's sales. If you drive sales, you will always be ranked high, doesn't matter what. So if you will be able to drive now 4,000 sales from outside eBay, you will definitely build a very strong ranking in your eBay store, and you also make money, and you also collect a lot of buyers' data. And this is where the future of everything online going. This is my opinion. And it's cost the same price like Zik Analytics. You get 14 days free trial for $1, and it's very interesting tool.
All right. Yeah, I mean, I'm really interested in that. You did show me that the other day. Well, I mean, what I'm most excited about with the Zik Funnel is definitely like the Facebook ads course that you said's in there. Like, I haven't done very many Facebook ads. The one Facebook ad I did do, it was like a complete abomination of a Facebook ad. I messed up everything on it. Like, it looked awful. I had no idea what I was doing. But hey, we also hired a guy to do our Facebook ads for us for a while, and he didn't seem to know what he was doing either. So, I mean, it seems like Facebook ads is one of those things where you could be an expert or have no idea what you're doing. It's like the weatherman. You can be wrong and just always say like, "Hey, I mean, I just didn't find the right target audience yet. I'm sorry." And then just kind of screw people over that way. But no, I mean, that's one of the very important skills that I think anybody should have moving into e-commerce. I mean, Facebook ads will help with Shopify stores, will help with anything where if you want to use Zik Funnel to go drive traffic any way, shape, or form, you can use Facebook ads. And I mean, I need to learn them myself personally just to be able to build my brand, build other sales types of just traffic, anything. And I think that that's one of the biggest things out there. So I'm really looking forward to that. And like you said, it's does Zik Analytics still have a 7-day free trial, and then Zik Funnel has a 14-day
Zik Analytics
trial?
Yes. Zik Analytics 7 days, and Zik
So if any of you
14
guys haven't signed up for Zik Analytics, I have my link in the description. It's like an affiliate link of sorts. You get the 7-day free trial. And Nahar and I came to an agreement, like we said at the beginning of this, about like eight or so months ago, talking about it. And anybody that signs up through my link will get $5 off the first month. I mean, it doesn't sound like it's that much, but to people that are struggling on money, anything can help out. And, $5 off the first month. And I'm sure you'll love it afterwards. Follow my videos. I have a playlist with, I think, 7 or 8, maybe 7 or 8 videos, and then like 3 live sourcings from YouTube on it. So everything's there and everything's free. So, I mean, that's basically everything that I've put on YouTube is how I've used Zik Analytics in the past. And now I plan on, releasing videos on how to use Zik to find other suppliers that you're going to get 10+% margin on. I've been copying. I sold an item on Amazon last night. Sorry, I'm dying over here. I sold an item on Amazon last night from this weird ass supplier that I found on eBay first. I put it on eBay and then I found it on Amazon as well. So I hopped on that listing. I sold it for $248 and I got a $48 front end profit. And this is from a retail supplier. And they paid $5 for expedited shipping, it's not real. I don't have expedited shipping, but they paid for it anyways. And so I ended up getting, I think, 22% front end or something like that. So, I mean, that's the power of diversifying and finding other sources. Like I said, I do it all with Zik Analytics. So look at some last couple questions here as we're trying to end off here. Are you actively using promotions on your new store? I'm aware of a couple people who are doing manual that do not use promotions. I say why not? Because when I use them, I'm using promoted listings on my new store. And I think that's one of the easy ways to figure out if you've been flagged or not. If you're doing promoted listings, then all of a sudden your promoted listing shit the bed and you have zero impressions at all that entire day, you've probably been flagged. So far that hasn't happened. So I'm thankful about that. So yeah, I'm promoting at a way higher percentage than I usually do because my margins are higher. And I've seen around, I think 50% of my sales go to promoted listings. So do you guys have the same amount of sales or decrease it with all the competition? I don't know what that means. I'm asking because I want to know if the competition matters or if it's only a matter of having the right product. I mean, competition and the right product matter, but I mean, your price is going to be dependent upon your competition, and your sales will probably be dependent upon if it's the right product. But I mean, Zik kind of shows you all of that. And, you know, it's just, you know, follow the videos I've made and follow the videos on Zik Analytics. One question here. What do you think is the most under like utilized part of Zik Analytics that people like, you know, it's there, but like people don't even realize it's there? What do you think is the number one thing there? Or what would you like to point out to people that actually have Zik Analytics that, you know, might not even realize this is a function?
Basically, category. Sorry, so you have your thought. I think category research is the unused one. Category research tool.
I think that it's product research, stuff like
definitely.
that. I only ever look up competitors myself. And I also think that the whole folders thing, like nobody really talks, like you talk about folders in your Zik Academy, all the videos that are on Zik. And if you don't realize that there are training videos on Zik Analytics, there are. There's a lot of them and they're all free, I think. So, I mean, you should check those out. But, you know, there's folders that you can like put items in specific folders and then you can like upload them to different, so like whatever repricer you're using, if you're using a repricer, like all of that's been there for a while. And I feel like nobody really realized that that's a thing.
So Jameson asked here, how do you find other suppliers using Zik? I'm only familiar with finding Walmart or Amazon.
All right. I said this earlier in the live, but basically, you know, I said Walmart has their own private label brand, and that's Mainstays. So, you know, what I do or what I've taught, and you can go back and look at my old Zik videos, you know, just basically take your Mainstays items or type Mainstays into product research on Zik or type it into eBay and then look up people with the competitor research on Zik, and you'll find anybody that's selling that with a you know, just stock photo, you know, that they're drop shipping it. So basically find a supplier that you think looks good. See if they have, this is the first step. I mean, the first thing I would try, see if they have a private label brand or a brand that's only on their website, and then look that up on either eBay or look it up in the product research part of Zik. And then from there, just go through all the competitors, you know, to start ripping through all the stores. That's really what I do. If people are selling, say, Home Depot, a lot of people will sell primarily Home Depot, or like Walmart. They'll sell primarily Walmart or a large fraction of Walmart. You don't really see too many people out there that are using like I'm doing on my new store, like 6, 7, 8 different suppliers and stuff like that. And even if they are, then those people also help too, because you can go out, find where they're getting these items from. You know, then you find a new supplier. That's how I found some of the new suppliers that I'm using now. Then you found a new one. Then you can go through and see what they're selling, you know, possibly see if they have a private label brand or pick through that store, pick through that supplier. And I mean, it's kind of just an endless circle. Like once you get Zik, you don't even have to leave Zik to find all these items. You can just stay within the program and just be like, oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. Move on to a new product. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. And then just pick through people. So somebody said, hey, Tom, remember to send me tax information on Messenger. Maybe you messaged me. All right, I'll check that afterwards. Jenny, how's it going? You came a little late, but thank you for showing up. Jenny is an avid supporter and a great individual. She was live here probably about a month ago. So any last questions here? We're going to wrap it up. I'm afraid that if I refresh my page or do anything, I'm going to get kicked off my entire YouTube channel. So we're going to wrap it up here soon. Any last words you have here, Nahar, you know, to the people, to the people of YouTube?
Yeah, of course. I just want to tell you guys, don't doubt. If you decide to do something, do it with your full heart. Commit to your goals and do everything you can to get to the targets. And we are here for you, me, I'm sure also Tom, to help you, to support you through your way, to give you valuable information, to give you support, to give you tools so you can reach your goals and make money and be independent.
Very true. I like it. One thing I would like to say is don't think that everybody is out there trying to like scam you. I feel like there's so many people that are like, those results aren't real. those results aren't real and stuff. And I'm like, all right, bro, I just like every single month, or I mean, every single week, just come out with a new like report of my monthly sales that just keeps growing. And I just somehow like made this up every time. Like, I'm not that good at Photoshop. I barely put together this thumbnail. So, I mean, it's like a lot of people are just naysayers and haters, and they're like, oh, you're not making any profit on that, or you're just out here to scheme me and stuff. It's like, maybe some people are, but like you got to wade through who you think is actually giving good, valuable content and stuff like that. I mean, I feel like I've put enough free content on my YouTube channel that you could probably learn everything you need to know. And you just need to watch through all the hours of stuff that I've talked about to my camera for a while. So
yeah.
and I mean, I like how you talk about just never giving up. And it's like the amount of times where I've just been so stuck and had no idea what to do, and then just eventually, made it through with determination, just sitting there. Sure, I do have a lot of hours behind me because I don't have a real job and this is my job. But, that's why I come on here and tell you guys my findings of my hours of research behind the computer. So that when you come on with your jobs, you have the information.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right about what you say. Guys, if you want to be successful, you must be optimistic. If you will be pessimistic, you will not go nowhere. All these people that think that someone here coming and making videos and share information and trying to scam them, it's people that will also stay behind. If you want to be successful, you must be optimistic. You must see the good in everything you do, even though if it was in a bad experience. You must see the good in everything, doesn't matter what.
It's very true. And there's two questions that I wanted to. Ecom Rush said, can Zik be used for Amazon dropshipping? And obviously it's not catered towards Amazon dropshipping whatsoever, but I like dropshipping onto Amazon. I have, in fact, somehow kind of used it. I mean, if you think about it, if these items from these like obscure retailers are being sold on eBay, there's a decent chance that they're on Amazon as well. So when you're finding these items, why not check and see if they're on Amazon? Also, you can check and see like, oh, this Walmart item's on eBay. And then if you check and you make sure it's on Amazon too, then you know that somebody's doing Walmart onto Amazon that way. So it's like, it's not 100% correlative, but I don't even know if that's the right word, but whatever the word is for that, it doesn't 100% work, but it can work if you like, put in one extra manual step behind it. And I think that's like, it's as good as it gets. You might as well just do that or have your VAs check to see, because if you are selling on both, then why not sell the same items on both and do less research, product research in the long run?
Yeah, like multi-channel, selling multi-channel.
Yeah, 100%. And Moniker says he's an expert in Photoshop. Anybody PM me if you want me to make you fake numbers for your social media posts. All right, I'll hit you up after this. All right, last question. I should have been more clear with my question about SKU Grid. So you are using SKU Grid for repricing and in and out of stock, just not for the suppliers list. I still don't really know what that means. I'm using it for in and out of stock. I'm finding suppliers from there. I'm doing everything with SKU Grid. Nothing's connected. My CPA just called me. So I think this has been 59 minutes. Is Zik hard for non-computer? What does that mean, Patricia? For non-computer what? You're going to use it not on your computer? Or are you talking about on your cell phone? I would not. Does it work on your cell phone?
Yeah, it is mobile optimized, but it's not comfortable to use on the cell phone. We're planning to release a app.
Oh, that's
but
cool.
I think she mean to people that are not.
To people. Oh yeah, it's very easy. I mean, there's tons of training. I mean, I have a bunch of videos on it. Sorry for misunderstanding you, Patricia. But yeah, so I mean, it's easy. It's pretty straightforward. Call me on my. All right. Well, I think we've had enough here. Thank you guys for everybody that's watching. One last time, if you like this, if you like my new mustache, give us a thumbs up. Thank Nahar for coming by. If you want him to come back again, just comment below and we can set up another date here. Any last words here, Nahar?
Thank you very much, guys. It was a pleasure to be here. Thank you, Tom. Thank you very much.
All right. I appreciate it. And I'll see you guys later. I have another video coming out Friday, and that's going to be on the 4 main softwares that I use for my Amazon dropshipping business, or software. My business partner always tells me that softwares is not a word. 4 main software that I use for my Amazon dropshipping business, plus one secret one. So stay tuned for the secret one, and it's at the end of the video. So thank you guys very much for stopping by, and I will see you in the next video / live or whatever you guys come to see. Thank you guys, and have a good one.
Ciao. Bye.